ibig kong sabihin, helpless na tayo against mining? And the answer actually is no. Marami pa tayong options. So, kailangan na natin intindihin kung ano ba ang sinabi ng Supreme Court dito. You have to bear in mind, no, na ito ay unanimous decision ng Supreme Court. At yung sumulat ng decision is perceived to be the most environmental of all the justices, si Justice Marvin Gannon, who was actually a co-founder with me ng Legal Rights and Natural Resources Center. Actually, yung sinabi ni Joy ng Commission sa Mindoro is actually more than that kasi yung LRC, palagi rin kami dito noon, no? Working with different Manobo groups, different CSOs in both provinces of Mindoro. Kaya ako mismo na jeep pa lang ako dami ko na napuntahan dito kasi prime area naman talaga ito lang natin of logging, land conversion, mining, no? And we will always value. Ako actually, ako pasalamat kayo sa akin kasi medyo malaking pera din nawawala sa mga LGUs dito. But ako yung gusto na, ang original gusto ng Shell sa pipeline galing sa Malumpaya ay daan straight center sa Mindoro. Yung talagang buong Mindoro yung maapektuhan, di ba? Mostly ancestral territory. So, ako yung naghawak noon sa government, ako nung isang team ko naghawak. Pwede nyo naman gawin, pero 10 taon natin pag-uusapan yun kasi you have to get consent of every LGU, every community, lahat na napagkaan. So eventually, you shall decide offshore na lang yung kanilang yung pipeline. Pero makita mo, syempre na-preserve natin, maraming convert sa nila. Kasi yung pipeline, hindi lang naman yan sa ilalim. Merong infrastructure sa taas, di ba? At of course, may giniwag din kasi may revenue din doon, may taxes din doon, may royalties na pwedeng kunin, di ba? Although we always argue maliit masyado, palagi ang nakukuha ng local government in relation to the national government at maliit din na nakukuha ng national government. Sa mining law natin, unfortunately, yung karamihan ng profit na nakukuha, ibig sabihin, kung nabenta na natin yung ating copper, gold, nickel, at pupunta na yan ng Japan, usually Japan, sometimes sa China, Australia, nag-triple, quadruple na yung value. Kasi raw material binibenta natin. At yung nakuha natin yung value ng raw material, yung value ng process material. Diba? Kaya isa sa mga advocacy namin has always been, kung magagawa tayo ng mining sa Pilipinas, dito dapat natin pinaprocess para mas malaking value at mas malaking mabibigay sa mga LGU, sa mga communities na affected, indigenous peoples na affected, at yung national government. That basically sa mining, binibigay natin yung ating national patrimony for a song. Diba? Yung liit ng yung ating national patrimony na non-renewable, kasi mining is non-renewable, di ba? Pag kinuha mo na yung mine, yung mineral, tapos na yun. Hindi na yun babalik, di ba? So treasure yun ng bayan, na may-ari tayong lahat. Pag pinayagan mo ng kunin yun, ng usually mga dayuhan na korporasyon or may mga foreign investors na kasama, wala nang naiiwan. Ang naiiwan yung konting taxes na binibigay nila, konting royalties binibigay nila. So, ganun yung konteksto ng desisyon noon sa Shell. Nung sinabi naman sa kanila, parang hindi worth it na sirahin yung buong Mindoro para idaan yung pipeline nyo. So, nag-decide naman sila na okay, doon na lang sa mas in a way, sabi nila mas mas mahal ang daan namin sa buong Mindoro. Nabanggit ko lang yun, no? Kasi yung 1985 Mining Act was enacted to attract foreign investors to the country. Kaya ginawang very liberal ang ating Mining Act. In fairness, sabay din doon, nag-incorporate ng mga environmental standards, including standards ng pagbibigay ng indigenous peoples, local governments, na indigenous people na tawag free and prior informed consent sa local governments, consent ang binibigay na power dun sa paggagawa ng mina. Ang konteksto ng desisyon na ito ng Supreme Court, Apex versus Abel Ilog and Occidental Mindoro, is whether or not under the Constitution and under the Mining Act of 1995, yung local governments, whether provincial or municipal or city, can issue ordinances that would prohibit mining in those areas based on the assessment of the local government of their the risk that mining would bring to them. At ang sinabi ng Supreme Court, kung very directly lang natin pag-aralan yung decision, is the local government cannot do that, cannot do absolute prohibitions, because the national government in the Mining Act, in fact, allows mining. Except in areas prohibited by law. Importante yan kasi ang argument ko, many of the areas that are covered by the mining prohibition of Occidental Mindoro and Abel Ilog are actually covered by those areas prohibited by law. Kaya lang hindi lang siya na-specify. And isa yan sa mga kailangan natin pwede gawin. So yung first reason ng Supreme Court, very technical lang siya. May local government code that gives local governments power to regulate mining, to regulate any activity for environmental purposes. Tama yan. So pwede talaga maglabas ng ordinances on environment. Pero may later law, kasi local government code 1992 yan, 1991 na pass, yung Mining Act 1995 is the latter law, and the latter law allows mining, and the decision is made by the national government in terms of what and where mining is allowed. So, for that reason, hindi pwedeng maglabas ng prohibitions, absolute prohibitions ang mga local governments on mining. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Diba? Ibig bang sabihin, you can no longer pass ordinances on mining? No. Diba? You cannot pass ordinances on mining unless ka ma-reverse sa Supreme Court ito. No? Tingnan ko yung motion for refund na hinanda natin sa Supreme Court. Ay, napadala sa akin ng tuloy. Ginasa ko rin siya ng content. But kung hindi na i-reverse sa Supreme Court yun, ang sagot pa rin ay pwede pa rin tayo mag-issue ng ordinances. Pero hindi na siya in the context of absolute bans. na walang kasamang pag-aaral kung saan natin siya binaba. Diba? So, halimbawa, mag-issue pa rin tayo. Pwede pa tayo mag-issue ng ban sa mga areas that the law itself bans mining. So, watersheds, for example. Prime agricultural land, for example. At sa mga areas na may katutubo, kailangan ng free and prior informed consent. But most importantly, yung local government, under the Mining Act and under the Environmental Impact Assessment Act, or law, the Law on Environmental Impact Assessment, ang presidential decrees pa yan, the local government can actually say no to mining on specific projects. On specific projects. So when the decision came out, I read it, what became clear to me actually is, hindi tayo helpless against mining, but we now have to be more specific kung ano yung mining na i-prohibit natin. Pero alam ko anong challenge dyan, di ba? The moment a company starts going to barangay, di ba? Na gusto nila mag-mine, syempre magbubuhos na yan sila ng pera, magbubuhos sila ng tao. Madalas nami-militarize pa kung may resistance na, di ba? The moment magsimula yun, they had na yung uphill na yung fight against that mining company kasi they have already put resources into it. Diba? So here, ang pwedeng gawin ng local government is to come out actually with their own processes on how they will give consent to a mining project. So hindi lang siya dependent on a barangay captain, on a barangay council, or even on the mayor, but dependent siya on people's participation on how they can decide whether a mining project should happen or not. So, kumbaga yung labanan under this decision, if this is affirmed by the court, and let's be very honest, with a majority, with a unanimous decision, mahirap siyang i-reverse. Kasi unanimous decision siya ng Supreme Court. Maaari siyang maparify. Kasi nagbigay, as sabi ni Justice Leon dun sa decision, hindi ibig sabihin na local governments do not have a role in mining. You have a role in mining and you have to use that role in engaging with the local governments and with the mining companies, saying yes when you want to, saying no when you don't want to. Ang pinakamalaking challenge sa atin when we try to do that is to have that technical capacity to actually assess na ang isang mining project ay hindi karapat-dapat. And that's always been the challenge for almost any big environmental project. We file a lot of writ of kalikasan cases, and we pay attention doon sa scientific side. Kasi naaral namin na natatalo ang writ of kalikasan case when you do not have the science on your side. So, kasi, di ba, ang basic point ng APEC dito is, bakit sila nagbaba ng mining na di pa na nga alam sa anong mining gagawin, saan exactly? You have to remember that FTA, nung pinipinagkita ni Father na pinover lahat, yung FTA, hindi yan yung areas na magmamining. Areas yan of exploration, and eventually yung mining dyan can be 5,000 hectares, 10,000 hectares. It will not be 50,000 hectares or 100,000 hectares. Kasi hindi naman lahat yan pwedeng i-mine. So parang sinasabi nila na bakit binaban lahat, hindi pa na natin alam kung anong epekto ng project na ito. So yun ang ating kailangan i-develop na capacity. Anong ibaban? Saan ibaban? Anong basis natin for actually ban is even the wrong word. Ito ang nagsasabi ng Supreme Court na you cannot ban but you can regulate. Diba? You cannot prohibit. If the national government allows something, you cannot prohibit it. But you can regulate it. Diba? Ang argument ka natin dito, in fact, I hope nandun sa nandun sa motion for reconsideration, ang argument natin to reverse the decision is the fact that 25-year ban, diba, means it's not absolute, diba? Regulation pa lang ito, regulation lang ito ng mining. So, which belies the point about well, if it were a shorter ban, 5 years, 10 years, would that have passed the test of the Supreme Court? Lalo na if it's to a specific area, diba, na maapektuhan. Halimbawa, forest, na ayaw natin galawin for X number of years. Pwede ba yung mining hindi pwede doon? So, what will happen here is, when Bito Manivers patuloy yung mga mining contracts na yun, diba? And we have to oppose them per contract, per project. Kahit ng FTA, kasi exploration may ginagawa na yung pagbabago sa lupa, may epekto na yan na environmental at social, pwede siyang i-object to. Pwede siyang i-regulate, pwedeng ipatigil for regulation purposes, not for prohibition purposes. Yun ang ating language na ngayon. We do not prohibit, but we regulate. And we regulate so that the environment is not affected and so that social impacts are not experienced. And we make sure also na the Supreme Court was very clear here na kung nag-object ng local government sa mining, okay lang na kahit hindi lang dahilan environment or impacts, okay lang kung ang dahilan is, halimbawa, economic choices, gusto nyo mas tourism versus mining. Pag nakita namin ng Puerto Galera doon, di ba, na affected. So, baka mas preferred ng LGU doon at ng mga tao doon na ito ang income na namin kukunin. Kasi you have to always remember, mining is a land use, and the land use of mining cannot be reversed. Diba? Pag binago mo na yung lupa dahil minina mo siya, hindi mo na siya ibalik sa dati. Kung forest siya, hindi na siya pabalik sa forest. Kung agriculture land siya, hindi na siya pabalik sa agriculture land. Pwede siyang some kind of land use, di ba? Madalas, ang gagawin nila, lagyan nila ng grass para hindi masyadong pangit ang tingnan, pwede maging landfill. Actually, dun sa mga malapit sa mga lugar na kailangan ng munisipyo, kailangan ng landfill, yung mining area pwede yan magiging landfill in some cases. Pero hindi mo na pwedeng i-restore sa original land use yung lugar na imamay. So, moving forward, I would suggest to the local governments, the provincial boards, hintayin mo na natin yung final decision by the Supreme Court. No? But I think kung i-affirm yun, is hopefully clarify nila further na local governments, marami kang pwedeng gawin pa. This is not the end of your involvement and your engagement, and including civil society. Namin actually is to come out with ordinances like provincial environmental codes, municipal environmental codes, that is for regulation of all activities, including mining, with clear scientific parameters on that will guide the barangay, municipality, city, or province whether or not payagan nila yung mining or not. Kasi even without these ordinances, kailangan pa rin ang consent ng local governments. Every local government concern still has to give their consent to a mining operation. Hindi pa rin yan tinanggap kasi kasama yan sa local government code, hindi naman yan na-supersede. Hindi yan na-repeal ng environmental, ng mining code. At sabi ng Supreme Court, tuloy pa rin yan, provision na yan of prior consent. Kailangan ng consultations, kailangan ng consent ng LGUs on mining, on specific projects, hindi on overall consent lang. But laws, ordinances that provide a process to give that consent would be helpful. Para hindi na, ang problema kasi, ang magandang sinabi ni Bishop kanina, we must be united. Fan po ako ni Bishop St. Augustine. In fact, because of Pope Leo, palagi natin narinig si St. Augustine. These days, pumunta ako sa Italy 2 weeks ago, pumunta ako sa Pavia. Yung kanyang tomb ni St. Augustine. At isa sa mga palagi sinasabi ni St. Augustine na napakahalagang value for any society, community, religious order, church, diba, is the idea of friendship. Na kahit magkaaway tayo sa mga dokumento, sa mga bagay, magkakapatid tayo sa pinakamalalim na bagay. And sa tingin ko yun, ibig sabihin din ng prior consent. Diba, that the community comes together to express its opposition or consent to a mining project, and the local government is the vehicle through which that is given. Kasi yan ang palaging sasabihin ng DENR na kailangan yung local government doon dadaan ang consent process for most citizens. Sa indigenous people, syempre dadaan sa usual free and prior for consent process ng indigenous people, tulad ng mga mangyan, di ba? They have their own process that has to be followed. So the concrete thing is actually to develop those ordinances. We can actually help develop those ordinances. Interesting na yung Palawan, also has a similar ordinance, and of course, ang Cotabato, matagal na sila ganun, di ba? I'm giving them the same advice before i-strike down sila ng Supreme Court, i-amend nila yung kanilang mga laws so that it's no longer a prohibition but a regulation. But regulation doesn't mean you can't stop a project. Diba? Play of word siya, pero importanteng difference. Ang prohibition kasi, regardless of may project o hindi, bawal. Ang regulation, kailangan mo na may project bago mo siya ibawal. Through regulatory process. Diba? Sa regulatory process, DENR ang nagpapatakbo niya kung environmental impact assessment, pwede tayo magpaninig ng ating boses, yung ating concerns. At pwede tayo magsabi, ayaw namin yung proyekto niya. Nothing in this decision stops us from doing that. So yun ang aking main point for today. Hindi ito katapusan, bagkos para sa akin,
naging clear kung saan tayo mag-engage doon sa proseso ng pag-oo o hindi ng isang mining project at hindi sa isang overall decision whether to have mining or not. Kasi kahit naman actually ganung klaseng ordinance, the DNR has actually ignored that historically. Ini-ignore din ng DNR yun kasi sa kanila, basta tuloy pa rin kami maggawa sa mga proseso namin. And nasa inyo yung kung engage kayo hindi. So, kailangan tayo ngayon mag-engage dun sa mga proseso na yun in order to be able to say no or limit what the project is doing. We can have ordinances that sets up the system how we say no or yes to the project. Or we can just do it project to project, pero hindi maganda yung project to project. Kasi, di ba, magiging subject yan sa palakasan, di ba, sa kapag-usap, di ba, mas maganda kung the LGU lay down the procedure. This is how we will implement the local government code provision on prior consent and EIA provision on social acceptability and the Mining Act provision on the role of local governments in decision making. So interpret nyo yun to have your own process. That's the better way than per project. We have lawyered for many projects. People lawyering that, a law firm dedicated to that. Na nakita namin na per project lang ng ating galaw, madaling mapagod yung mga tao. While kung ang galaw natin is as a community, a society expressed to the local government, then we're in better shape to address the problem. So yun na muna po. I really welcome the opportunity to be here. This multi-sectoral forum is very important for us to move forward on mining. Huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa na, di ba na, papasok na lahat ng mga mining firms. I don't think so. I think na the LGUs are still powerful enough to put up the mechanisms na kailangan to regulate, to stop what is bad, and to stop really bad projects. Maraming salamat.